If you've been enjoying the content on this channel, I'd love your help in reaching our goal of 10,000 subscribers. Every subscription brings us one step closer to building a community focused on stronger relationships, meaningful communication, and genuine emotional connection. If today's video speaks to you, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps these ideas reach others who are looking for authentic ways to build deeper bonds. Now, let me ask you a question. Many men believe that true intimacy begins only once a couple reaches the bedroom. But in reality, the strongest emotional connection is created long before that moment ever arrives. There is something many people never discover. Certain areas of a woman's body carry a unique emotional significance. When these places are approached with tenderness, patience, and sincere affection, they can awaken much more than physical attraction. They can create trust. They can strengthen emotional closeness. They can leave behind a memory of being deeply valued and understood. Most men simply overlook these areas, which is often why they struggle to create the level of connection they hope for. Stay with me because I'm about to share 7 meaningful places every man should understand. And when we reach number 3, you'll see why it has the power to completely transform the way she experiences your affection. Welcome, and thank you for being here. Today we're exploring an important topic: how to build a deeper emotional connection with the woman in your life. We'll look at several often overlooked areas that can communicate care, trust, desire, and lasting emotional intimacy. These are far more than ordinary points of contact. Each one carries emotional meaning, and when approached with genuine respect and thoughtful intention, they can become powerful expressions of love and connection. Before we begin, it's important to understand one thing. This isn't about manipulation. It isn't about using tricks or psychological shortcuts to influence someone. It's about creating a sincere emotional bond. It's about recognizing her as a complete person whose body, emotions, memories, and sense of security are all deeply connected. When your actions come from this perspective, everything changes. She can immediately sense the difference between someone who is simply following a routine and someone who truly appreciates, respects, and values her. The first place we'll discuss is the back of her neck, specifically the area at the nape, just beneath her hairline and above her shoulders. This part of the body is naturally vulnerable because she cannot see what's happening behind her. That vulnerability makes it one of the most emotionally meaningful places to touch with care. Allowing someone that close requires trust. A slow, gentle kiss here is about much more than physical contact. It communicates safety, warmth, and affection. This area contains many sensitive nerve endings, making it especially responsive to gentle, intentional touch. More importantly, moments like these often become emotionally memorable because they're experienced with feelings of comfort and closeness. When you kiss her here with patience and kindness, you're not simply touching her skin. You're communicating through your actions that she matters to you. Many men rush this moment. They become too focused on intensity or trying to take control. But this isn't a place that responds to force. It responds to calmness, patience, and genuine affection. Picture yourself gently brushing her hair aside. Pause for just a second and simply enjoy the closeness you share. Then softly place a kiss on the back of her neck. Without saying a single word, that simple gesture can communicate powerful emotions. It says, "I notice you." It says, "You matter to me." It tells her that your goal isn't simply to receive affection, but to make her feel appreciated, respected, and emotionally safe. Those quiet expressions of care stay with a person far longer than moments driven only by excitement. They create comfort, trust, and emotional security. And when a woman genuinely feels safe with someone, she's much more likely to open her heart and create a deeper emotional bond. Think about what vulnerability truly means. Turning your back toward another person naturally requires confidence that they will treat you with care. Throughout nature, exposing the back of the neck is often associated with trust because it reveals one of the body's most unprotected areas. When a woman feels comfortable enough to let you near this part of her body, she's offering something meaningful. Without saying a word, she's showing that she feels secure enough to lower her guard. That trust deserves to be treated with respect, gentleness, and genuine presence. This is not something that should ever be treated casually. It deserves patience, respect, and your full attention. If you choose to kiss the back of her neck, let the moment unfold naturally. Move slowly. Allow your presence to be felt before your lips ever touch her skin. That brief pause creates anticipation, blending emotional closeness with quiet excitement. What she'll remember most won't simply be the kiss itself, but the feeling of being genuinely appreciated instead of hurried or taken for granted. Now let's move to the second area, the space just behind her ear. Many people completely overlook this small part of the body, yet it can carry remarkable emotional significance. The skin here is especially sensitive, making even the gentlest touch feel deeply personal. A soft kiss in this area often encourages feelings of comfort, closeness, and emotional warmth, helping strengthen the bond between two people. Think about what the ear represents. It's where we whisper our secrets, exchange comforting words, and share our quietest laughter. The space behind it naturally feels private and intimate. By approaching this area with tenderness, you're stepping into one of the most personal spaces she allows another person to enter. This isn't a moment for intensity or impatience. The strongest emotional connections are rarely built through dramatic gestures. More often, they're created through gentle moments that speak louder than words. A light kiss behind her ear while sharing something sincere or affectionate can create a comforting warmth that lingers long after the moment has passed. There's no need to rush or try to impress her. Simply remaining close, enjoying the silence together, and making her feel genuinely understood often means more than any grand display of affection. She may not remember every detail of the kiss itself. What she'll remember is how you made her feel, accepted, appreciated, and valued for exactly who she is, especially during those quiet moments when it's just the two of you. The area behind the ear is also where many women naturally apply perfume, allowing their favorite fragrance to linger. It's often one of the places where her unique scent is most noticeable. When you lean in close, you're not only sharing physical closeness, but also creating a powerful sensory memory. Later, the same fragrance, or even a familiar hint of it, may instantly bring back memories of that meaningful moment together. Our minds naturally connect scent with emotion. Experiences involving touch, fragrance, comfort, and affection often become lasting memories. These subtle associations strengthen emotional bonds over time. Lasting relationships aren't built only through extraordinary moments. They grow through quiet experiences that engage the senses and leave meaningful impressions on both the heart and the mind. Now let's talk about the third area. It's much smaller than the first two, yet its emotional meaning can be just as powerful: the inside of her wrist. This isn't a place associated with intensity. Instead, it symbolizes tenderness, admiration, and genuine respect. The skin here is delicate, and just beneath it, you can feel the steady rhythm of her pulse, the quiet reminder of her life and individuality. A gentle kiss on her wrist communicates far more than simple affection. It quietly says, "I notice you." It says, "The little things about you matter." It tells her that you respect her pace, her comfort, and the person she truly is. Moments like these reach beyond physical attraction. They create emotional memories that stay with her long after the interaction has ended. Research into human connection suggests that caring touch can encourage empathy and emotional closeness. A gentle kiss on the wrist becomes more than a romantic gesture. It becomes another way of expressing understanding and presence. appearance. Its real strength lies in the intention behind it. By paying attention to a place that so many people ignore, you're demonstrating patience rather than urgency. You're not trying to prove anything or rush the relationship forward. Instead, you're showing that you're fully present and genuinely focused on her. Picture the two of you talking while holding hands. For a brief moment, the conversation pauses. You gently lift her hand and softly kiss the inside of her wrist. The purpose isn't to impress her or persuade her. It's simply to communicate respect. And sincere respect is something people rarely forget. The wrist is also the place where doctors check a pulse, a simple reminder of life itself. In many ways, kissing this area can symbolize appreciation for the person standing before you, recognizing not only her beauty, but also her humanity, her emotions, her dreams, and the life she carries within her. You're showing that you see far more than appearances. You see a real person with hopes, fears, ambitions, and a heart that deserves kindness. That level of recognition is uncommon. Many people spend their lives feeling unnoticed, as though no one truly sees them. When you slow down enough to appreciate even the smallest details with genuine tenderness, you're offering something incredibly meaningful. You're giving her the experience of feeling truly seen, and that's a gift she'll carry with her long after the moment has passed. Now let's move to the fourth area, the soft hollow just above the collarbone. This spot sits close to the heart physically, but it often carries emotional meaning as well. A slow, thoughtful kiss here communicates more than attraction. It reflects appreciation for who she is beneath the surface. Because this area is especially sensitive, it feels most meaningful when trust and emotional comfort have already been established. When approached with care and affection, it can deepen feelings of closeness that extend far beyond physical chemistry. The collarbone has long been associated with elegance and grace. Throughout art and fashion, it has often been admired for its natural beauty. Kissing this area isn't simply about admiring her appearance. It's about appreciating her uniqueness, the individuality of her body, and the person she is as a whole. It's also a place that's often visible when she chooses certain clothing, making it part of herself she intentionally shares with the world. Treating that space with tenderness shows that you appreciate not only her beauty, but also the trust she places in allowing you close. When you give thoughtful attention to this area during a private moment, you're appreciating both the beauty she confidently shares with the world and the vulnerability she reveals only to someone she deeply trusts. The collarbone also sits close to the throat, one of the body's most delicate and expressive areas. It's where our voice comes from, where we communicate our thoughts, and where emotions often linger when words fail us. Being close to this part of her body symbolizes more than physical affection. It reflects your willingness to listen, to understand, and to make room for her true feelings. A gentle kiss along her collarbone can quietly communicate that she doesn't have to hide who she is. It invites honesty, openness, and emotional safety. Moments like these encourage her to lower the emotional walls she may carry through everyday life. Instead of feeling judged or misunderstood, she begins to feel accepted for the person she truly is beneath every role she plays. Now let's move to the fifth area, the inside of her elbow. This is one of the most unexpected places on the body, and because it's so often overlooked, it can feel surprisingly meaningful when approached with care. The skin here is delicate and highly sensitive, making even the lightest touch feel personal and memorable. A soft kiss in this area tells her something important. It tells her that you're paying attention. It shows that you're not simply repeating romantic gestures you've seen elsewhere. Instead, you're responding to her as an individual, noticing the details that make her unique. The inside of the elbow is rarely touched with intention. Its thin, sensitive skin and the faint outline of veins beneath the surface make it feel especially personal. Choosing to to appreciate this subtle area demonstrates curiosity, not just about physical attraction, but about understanding every part of the person standing before you. That curiosity is naturally attractive because it communicates genuine interest. It tells her you're willing to discover what brings her comfort, what makes her smile, and what helps her feel emotionally connected. This part of the arm also plays an important role in everyday life. It's constantly moving as she reaches, embraces, creates, and experiences the world around her. By pausing to show tenderness toward a place that serves her every day, you're recognizing that every part of her deserves appreciation, not only the features that are traditionally admired. This thoughtful approach allows her to feel valued as a complete person, rather than being reduced to appearance alone. Now we arrive at the 6th and 7th areas, the stomach and the hip bones. These are deeply personal places, and many women naturally feel protective of them. Because of that, they should only be approached when genuine trust has already been established. When you express affection here with patience and kindness, you're sending a powerful message without saying a word. You're telling her, I appreciate every part of who you are. You're reminding her that even the places she may feel uncertain about are worthy of love and acceptance. These moments should never be rushed. They belong in relationships where emotional safety already exists, where she knows she's respected, understood, and accepted exactly as she is. When approached with sincerity, these gestures often become lasting memories because they're connected to feelings of trust rather than simple attraction. For many women, the stomach can be an area tied to personal insecurities. Social expectations often encourage constant self-criticism, leaving many feeling they must meet unrealistic standards. Approaching this part of her body with warmth and appreciation quietly challenges those negative beliefs. Instead of reinforcing insecurity, you replace it with reassurance and acceptance. A gentle kiss here can communicate that you admire her natural beauty exactly as it is. It shows that you're not comparing her to impossible ideals, but appreciating the unique person standing in front of you. The hip bones carry their own emotional significance. They frame the center of the body and are usually hidden from public view. Because of their privacy, allowing someone close to this area reflects a meaningful level of trust. When she invites you into that personal space, she's offering something that shouldn't be taken for granted. Responding with patience, gentleness, and respect honors that trust. It shows that you recognize the privilege of being allowed so close to someone emotionally as well as physically. Both the stomach and the hip bones rest near the body's center. Across many cultures and traditions, this region has often been associated with instinct, emotion, and inner strength. Connecting with someone here isn't simply about physical closeness. It represents meeting each other with openness, honesty, and vulnerability. It's a reminder that genuine intimacy grows when two people are willing to be fully present, fully accepting, and willing to truly know one another. If you'd like to strengthen that emotional connection even further, we've prepared a free resource called 20 Questions That Help You Build a Deeper Connection with a Woman. These aren't ordinary conversation starters. They're carefully chosen questions designed to move beyond surface-level discussions and encourage meaningful, memorable conversations. They invite you to explore her dreams, life experiences, personal values, and the things that make her feel appreciated and emotionally secure. You'll find the guide available through the links below, completely free. Knowing how to communicate is every bit as important as knowing how to express affection. Lasting intimacy is built through both emotional understanding and thoughtful actions. Meaningful conversations create trust because they show that you're interested in far more than appearances. They reveal that you care about her ideas, her ambitions, her memories, her fears, and the future she imagines. That emotional closeness becomes the foundation upon which physical intimacy gains its deepest meaning. Without emotional emotional connection, physical affection is simply a moment. With genuine trust and understanding, those same moments become a powerful language of love, one that speaks directly to the heart of both people. And before we finish, there's one more valuable insight I'd like to share that can strengthen your connection even further. There's one final gesture worth mentioning, and surprisingly, it doesn't involve a kiss at all, yet it can communicate just as much. Simply resting your hand gently on the small of her back can have a powerful emotional effect. This area often carries more than physical tension. It's where many people seem to hold the pressure of busy schedules, responsibilities, and the invisible weight of everyday life. When your hand rests there with warmth and intention, you're quietly sending a reassuring message. You're saying, "I'm here with you." You're reminding her that she doesn't have to face everything by herself. That simple touch can create a feeling of comfort and stability, giving her someone she feels she can rely on. If you've ever shared a slow dance and felt a woman naturally relax into your hand, you already understand this feeling. It isn't just part of the dance, it's a quiet expression of trust. In that moment, she's allowing herself to feel supported. Small gestures that aren't focused on physical intimacy can often leave the deepest emotional impression. Placing your hand on her lower back communicates care, protection, and reassurance. It's a silent way of letting her know that you're present and attentive. When she naturally leans into your touch, it's often a sign that genuine trust is developing. Moments like these can't be forced or rehearsed. They're created naturally through mutual comfort and emotional safety. Even the simplest gesture can communicate something meaningful. "I'm here. You don't have to carry everything alone." The lower back is also an area where many people accumulate physical stress. Think about how common back tension is after long days filled with responsibilities and pressure. Our bodies often store emotional strain there without us even realizing it. A calm, steady touch placed there with genuine care can encourage relaxation and remind her body that it's safe to let go of some of that tension. For someone who spends much of her life supporting others, always staying strong, and rarely allowing herself to receive care, this quiet reassurance can be incredibly meaningful. Now let's bring everything together. True intimacy doesn't suddenly appear in one moment. It develops gradually through small acts of kindness, patience, and genuine attention. It begins when you notice the little details that make her feel appreciated. It grows when your actions consistently make her feel emotionally safe. A woman's body isn't simply something to admire physically. It's deeply connected to her emotions, memories, experiences, and sense of security. When your affection comes from understanding rather than impatience, your connection naturally becomes much deeper than physical attraction alone. Whether it's the back of her neck, the space behind her ear, the inside of her wrist, her collarbone, the inside of her elbow, her stomach, or her hip bones. Each area carries its own emotional meaning. These aren't merely places to touch. They're opportunities to communicate feelings without speaking. Every thoughtful gesture quietly says, "I notice you. I respect you. You matter to me." Those are the moments that remain in her memory long after the excitement has faded. They build trust. They strengthen emotional closeness. They create a connection that's difficult to break. None of this is about rushing or trying to impress someone. It's about slowing down, being fully present, showing patience, and recognizing the subtle moments that many people overlook. Most importantly, it's about helping her feel secure, appreciated, and genuinely valued, not simply for a single moment, but for who she truly is. Even something as simple as your hand resting gently on her back can communicate more than a long speech ever could. It quietly says, "You don't have to do everything alone. I'm here beside you." That sense of emotional security is what real closeness is built upon. That's what creates lasting connection. That's what makes someone feel deeply chosen and sincerely appreciated. Always remember that none of these ideas are about techniques or manipulation. They're about approaching another person with kindness, respect, patience, and authentic care. Every gentle touch, every thoughtful pause, and every moment spent truly seeing her contributes to memories she'll carry with her long afterward. When you approach these moments with genuine affection instead of expectation, you're doing far more than creating romance. You're building trust. You're creating experiences that strengthen your relationship over time. The reality is that many men never discover this perspective. They focus only on the obvious aspects of intimacy and overlook the richness that develops when they slow down and become more attentive. As a result, they miss the opportunity to build something far more meaningful than physical attraction alone. You're choosing a different path. You're learning how emotional connection grows. You're becoming someone capable of offering a relationship built on understanding, patience, and genuine presence. Those qualities naturally make you memorable. They help you become the kind of partner who creates lasting emotional security. As you put these ideas into practice, don't feel pressured to remember everything at once. Take your time. Focus on one simple gesture and be fully present with it. Pay attention to how she responds. Notice her breathing. Observe whether she relaxes, smiles, leans closer, or simply seems more comfortable around you. These subtle reactions are forms of communication. They're quietly showing you what helps her feel safe, appreciated, and emotionally connected. Learning to recognize these signals allows you to understand not only her body language, but also the emotions behind it. One final thought: every woman is unique. What feels meaningful to one person may not have the same effect on someone else. That's why genuine attention matters far more than memorizing any list. Real intimacy isn't created by following a script. It's created by listening, asking thoughtful questions, respecting boundaries, remaining curious, and adapting to the unique person in front of you. That's what transforms connection from a formula into something deeply personal. It requires empathy, patience, sensitivity, and the willingness to be completely present with another human being. If you found today's discussion valuable, we'd love to hear from you. Be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and join our growing community so you never miss future videos designed to help you build stronger, healthier, and more meaningful relationships. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. If today's message resonated with you, leave the word cherish in the comments below. That single word captures the heart of everything we've talked about today. True connection begins when we choose to appreciate someone, value who they are, and treat them with the kindness and respect they deserve. The strongest relationships aren't built through grand gestures alone. They're built through consistent care, genuine attention, and the willingness to truly see another person. Every comment, like, and subscription helps this message reach more people who are searching for healthier, more meaningful relationships. It allows more men to discover how emotional connection can strengthen love, and it encourages more women to experience the respect, patience, and appreciation every person deserves. Together, we can help create a culture where relationships are built on trust instead of games, understanding instead of assumptions, and sincere appreciation instead of taking one another for granted. Thank you for spending your time with us today. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.